I'm Lady T. My mission is to be part of Rolling Thunder and ride to the Vietnam Memorial Wall in DC, May 2018. I realized I could ride my own motorcycle and honor all Vietnam veterans, those in my family and beyond. After months of searching, this is the day I got my own 2018 Heritage 114 at Glendale Harley-Davidson. It meant everything to me that my daughter Chantel was there to support me, and I pray I will always show her that anything is possible. A month and a half later, I made it back to my crew at Harley-Davidson for my 1,000-mile service and to adjust my handlebars. I'm really starting to believe this is going to happen now. The showroom has many beautiful bikes, but they helped put me on the right bike. Just wasn't the right bike for me, was it?
Right. I mean, big thing that's very important, of course, is going to be confidence on the bike. You want to feel like you can handle it, whether it's rough terrain or just pushing out of a driveway, whatever it may be. Of course, something like this would be ideal for a long trip with the radio and the nav, just like you said.
Right.
But it's real important to us that you're going to be safe on this trip. It's a lot of miles, it's a long distance, a lot of time involved too. So, pushing a big bike like that could be dangerous in some situations. So, I know we went back and forth for months on different bikes, and we got you one of the brand new 2018s.
Right.
So, you got one of the biggest motors Harley has right now. It's got all the power you need.
Oh, more power than I need. Started out 30 years ago, protests to Washington, D.C. To bring our POWs, MIAs home. And now in this last 30 years, it's kind of grown from there. It's still ultimately a protest, but and one of the biggest ones that there ever has been. There's hundreds of thousands of bikes that show up, but also it's a healing journey for other veterans like myself, for family members who have lost their loved ones, killed in action. Or a lot of people don't realize that not only the ones that were killed on ground, boots on ground as they call it, a lot of other generations have died because of service-connected injuries like Agent Orange, like Gulf War illness, like shell shock, PTSD, whatever you want to call it, depending on what conflict or war that you're in. So there's those numbers of people that were men and women that were killed in combat are much higher than that because of the injuries and the illnesses and the things that they came home with. Yes, the boat sat.
So how many gallons does this hold of fuel?
This one holds 5 gallons. Some of the other tanks will hold 6 gallons, a little bigger tanks, but this one holds 5 gallons.
So you can go about, like 150 miles roughly, maybe?
About 200, a little over 200. Like I said, I usually like to stop about every, 150 miles.
For you got a bigger bike.
Yes.
Women don't just have to get Sportsters.
That's
can
true.
Get bigger bikes. We can handle bigger
That
bikes,
is true.
especially for long trips like you're doing.
What did you have before?
I had a 750 Honda Shadow, but a lot of women do get the Sportsters, or I call them crotch rockets, that are much smaller. But women are getting bigger bikes.
We're talking with Margaret, dear friend of our Lady T. And we'd like to know, how did you meet Lady T?
Lady T, my husband has been in a motorcycle club for the last 40 years, and when Lady T first started to ride, she kind of got my husband to teach her the roads, how to ride on the bike and different little things. So we developed a friendship over the years of her knowing my husband. Then when my husband got sick, he was also a veteran and he was in the VA hospital. Teresa was very, very helpful with Oh my gosh, everything.
Thank you so much,
You're very
Margaret.
welcome. It's a pleasure.
Appreciate you coming here
Thank
during
you
this
very
time,
much.
and God bless Smooth.
Yes, God bless Smooth, and God is going to take care of Teresa on her trip to Washington, D.C.